Hi, Stephen here from Sound of Nation Wave, and this is day 27 of the September Daily Draws. It's the midweek point. Let's see what message we get. I'll be taking the first card from Dugan's Witch's Tarot, followed by an oracle card from the Seasons of the Witch Mabon Oracle. So let's draw our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go, and today we will go there. And our card is the Six of Pentacles. So this is maybe we're going to receive something that we need, some resources, some finance, something that we need. We're going to get our fair share of help, of it's almost like he's giving the kids their pocket money, and they're holding out their hands, and he's giving them, their correct amount that they are due, or he feels that they are owed, that they deserve, that he wants to bestow upon them. In this card, we don't have the scales. In other cards, the person has a set of scales where he's weighing up what's right, what's fair, making a fair judgment, weighing up, getting the amount right that he needs to give out to each person. So there's that aspect. So we could be receiving something, that energy's there. Or we could be the one giving. If we have something to give, whether it be time, resources, money, whatever it may be. But we can't just throw it out there, just throw it around, maybe because we may have limited resources and we can't just throw everything out willy-nilly. That, maybe, we have to be careful. We have to be fair to ourselves, so we don't leave ourselves too depleted of resources, but also that we give a fair share to other people that may need help. And that maybe we need to balance up. Well, what is it? What is a fair share for this person? And maybe it's we give the same to everybody. Now, I say that because that appears to be fair, that you give the same to everybody and everybody has the same, so that's fair. But on reflection of that's not necessarily true, is it? Because one person may be in greater need than another. So you may give a certain amount to one person, and that's enough for them. But another person may need a little bit more because their need's greater. And you have the ability, so the way that you divide up the resources means you have to weigh up the circumstances. And I think that's where the scale comes in. That's the only thing about this card that is missing for me is the scales, because I think the scales is important in this card. But whatever it is, we need to be fair and just, and to give in our means, not to be biased, or stingy against one person but generous to another, but in fairness to the person receiving, in accordance with their need. So, and our ability to meet that need, of course. And we need to understand that when we're on the receiving end, that we may receive something, but we need to compare ourselves necessarily to what someone else receives, unless we're in the same circumstances and doing the same thing. then we should get the same amount. I'm thinking about wages for some work that people have done. If we do the same job under the same conditions and circumstances, you should get the same payment. And that's not always the case. That's my personal belief. But if you have agreed to do something for a certain amount, then that's what you've agreed to, regardless of what the arrangement with someone else is. So there's the other side to it. So what this card is saying to us is to be fair in our dealings of giving and receiving. And if we need something, we can ask the universe to provide for us. As long as we are putting ourselves in a position to receive, we're putting in the effort that we need to make in order to get to that position. Not just to sit around waiting for things to come down from heaven and fall in our lap. But when we're doing what we're supposed to be doing and we need the resources, then the universe can provide for us through people, through circumstances, through various means, through our own efforts, and give back to us the seeds that we sow, the resources that we need. But this is the energy of giving and receiving, and how it's in proportion to our circumstances and our needs, and or the other person's needs. So we need to be aware that it works both ways, and we need to be prepared to both receive and to give. Okay, so let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. Campfire. Do not fear opening your mouth and allowing your tongue to speak. So maybe is this communal support from others, again, coming together and not being afraid to speak out and express your need, or to open your mouth and saying, I want to help you in this situation. Communication is also a giving and receiving. Giving of information and listening to the other person give theirs to you, and then forming a decision based on that conversation, based on that communication that is fair and just as well, and honest. So I think that's what the message is just in our dealings of receiving and giving, to be fair, to be just, to be willing to give, to be willing to receive, and to communicate our needs, and to communicate what we can offer to other people. Okay, so I'll be back tomorrow to do day 28. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.